Jesus wept. 2 words, 1 moment, infinite meaning. He stood before the tomb of his friend, surrounded by mourning. He knew resurrection was minutes away, yet still, he wept. He didn't rush the grief. He didn't dismiss the pain. He stepped into it, felt it, honored it. That tear wasn't weakness, it was love. A love that doesn't avoid suffering, but joins you in it. When you cry, you are not crying alone. The God who made the stars has cried too, and He's not afraid of your sadness. He understands it. He was a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief. Jesus didn't just come to save us, He came to feel with us, to walk where we walk, to ache where we ache. His tears in Bethany weren't just for Lazarus. They were for every moment you'd feel crushed by loss, every night you'd lie awake wondering why, every silent prayer soaked in pain. He wasn't removed from sorrow. He was surrounded by it. And He didn't run. He wept. He stood still in the heartbreak. And in that stillness, He made it holy. Your pain matters because you matter. Even when the world moves on, He stays with you. Jesus wept not because He lacked power, but because He overflowed with compassion. He could have spoken a word and erased every tear, but He chose to enter the moment first, to feel it, to carry it with those who were broken. That is who He is, the Savior who mourns with you before He moves for you. His love is not only proven in miracles, it's seen in His tears. He doesn't wait for you to be okay to come close. He draws near to the pain, to the raw, to the real, because His presence is not just for healing, it's for holding, and He holds you now. If you are finding rest in His presence, subscribe and hit the bell to continue this journey. When Martha said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died," Jesus didn't rebuke her. He received her grief. He sat with her sorrow. Sometimes faith looks like trusting while weeping. Sometimes it sounds like questions with trembling voices. And still, He stays. Jesus never rushed Martha or Mary into belief. He met them exactly where they were. He didn't demand perfect trust. He offered perfect presence. In the same way, He meets you, in your confusion, in your waiting, in your heartbreak. His love isn't fragile. It stays through every tear. Then Jesus said, "Where have you laid him?" Even knowing what would happen next, He didn't skip the human moment. He let sorrow breathe. He entered the place of loss, not as a distant God, but as a friend, as someone who feels. He walks with us into the tombs we try to seal shut, the places of regret, of final words never said, of dreams that died too soon. He doesn't avoid those places. He speaks life into them, even if it's been 4 days, even if you've given up. He still comes close. He still weeps. And then He calls resurrection by name. "Lazarus, come out." 3 words. A grave opened, and a man walked out wrapped in burial cloths. Jesus moved from weeping to wonder, from pain to power, but he didn't skip the steps in between. He showed us a God who feels before he fixes, who weeps before he works. That's why this moment still matters, because it reveals a Savior who doesn't just change circumstances, he changes how we carry them. He doesn't just restore life, he rewrites how we understand love. This is not just a story of resurrection, it's a picture of divine compassion, unrushed, unmatched, unfailing. Your story may not have a tomb named Lazarus, but you know the weight of grief. You've buried things too, hopes, relationships, parts of yourself. And maybe you've wondered if Jesus would ever show up. Maybe you've thought he was too late, but he never is. He doesn't miss the moment. He redefines it. When he comes, even death must listen. Even silence breaks. Even the impossible moves. He may start with tears, but he ends with resurrection. This isn't just his story, it's yours too, and he's still writing it. Jesus wept, so you'd know it's okay to weep. He entered sorrow, so you'd never walk through it alone. He called life from death, so you'd know nothing is too far gone. This moment in Bethany echoes through every broken heart today. It reminds us that divine power and deep compassion coexist, that the God who commands life is also the God who holds your tears. You are not forgotten in your grief, not overlooked in your sadness. He sees, he feels, and he moves. So let this truth hold you. Your tears are sacred to him. Which moment in your life did you feel God the most in your pain? Share it in the comments. I want to hear your story.